Well, good evening. Well, the time is here. Well, we have been waiting for 4 and 5 years. We are all here because of a wise choice that somebody made. And they chose Perfected Praise Child Care and Learning Center as the place where their child will be nurtured and thrive. And this is what they have done throughout those years. They have done excellent. They have reached many milestones in which you will witness tonight. Now, those of you that have made that wise choice, why don't you stand up on your feet? Those of you that made that wise choice, would you please stand on your, y'all made the wise choice. Come on, I know we got some mamas and daddies. All right, yes. Come on, give our families a shout of praise. We want to say thank you on the front end. Thank you for choosing us to serve. Now, without further ado, stand for the recession and receive the grand entrance of our graduates of 2022. And every praise is to our God. Our first graduate is Kason Banks. Kason is the son of Mr. Chrislin and Mrs. Tyquisha Graham. This fall, Kason plans to attend Bell Academy. His favorite hobbies are playing baseball and riding his four-wheeler. His best friend, while at Perfected Praise, is Brooklyn Collins. What makes Kason laugh is when his mama and daddy tickles him. When Kason grows up, he would like to be a pastor. Kason Banks. Our next graduate tonight is Brooklyn Collins. Brooklyn is the daughter of Mrs. Shalonda Chambers and Mr. Kevin Daughtery. This fall, Brooklyn plans to attend Bell Academy. Her favorite hobbies are drawing pictures, writing, playing with her sister Katie Rose, and playing on her iPad. Her best friend, while at Perfected Praise, is Kason Banks. What makes her laugh is when she is tickled and playing with her friends. When she grows up, she would like to be a gymnast and a dancer. Brooklyn Collins. Our next graduate tonight is Paisley Jackson. Paisley is the daughter of Mrs. Taranika Payton and Mr. Marcus Jackson. This fall, Paisley plans to attend Bell Academy. Her favorite hobby is riding her scooter. Her best friend, while at Perfected Praise, is Brooklyn Collins. What makes her laugh is being tickled and making silly faces. When she grows up, she would like to be a teacher. Paisley Jackson. Our next graduate tonight is Braylee Lambert. Braylee is the daughter of Mrs. Bridget Lucas and Mr. Anthony Lambert Jr. This fall, she plans to attend H.M. Naylor Elementary. Her favorite hobbies are playing with her toys, playing with her family, and watching shows on her iPad. Her best friends, while at Perfected Praise, are Brooklyn Collins, Paisley Jackson, and Kason Banks. What makes her laugh is telling funny jokes and being tickled. When she grows up, she would like to be a chef. She loves to cook. Braylee Lambert. Our next graduate is Darrett Lemons Jr. Darrett is the son of Mr. Darrett and Mrs. Lorana Lemons Sr. This fall, Darrett plans to attend H.M. Naylor Elementary. His favorite hobby is playing games on his phone and iPad. His best friends, while at Perfected Praise, are Paisley Jackson, Kason Banks, and Aiden Leslie. What makes him laugh is playing hide and seek. When he grows up, he would like to be a doctor. Darrett Lemons, Jr. Our next graduate tonight is Grayson McConnell. Grayson is the son of Mrs. Talisha Hood and Mr. Jawan McConnell. This fall, he plans to attend Hayes Cooper Center. His favorite hobby is playing baseball. His best friends, while at Perfected Praise, are Brooklyn Collins, Brayley Lambert, and Kason Banks. What makes him laugh is playing with his uncles and playing on his iPad. When he grows up, he would like to be a dentist. Grayson McConnell. Our next graduate is Trey Sellers. Trey is the son of Mrs. Shirley Sellers. This fall, Trey plans to attend H.M. Naylor Elementary. His favorite hobbies are riding his bike, feeding the ducks, and being a big brother to his sister, Ricky. His best friend, while at Perfected Praise, is Brayley Lambert. What makes him laugh is being tickled by his mom. When he grows up, he would like to be Flash so he can run all over the world. Trey Sellers. Our final graduate tonight is Brianna Williams. Brianna is the daughter of Mr. Kiana Williams and Mrs. Catherine Williams. This fall, she plans to attend Bell Academy. Her favorite hobbies are reading, shopping, and playing with her toys. Her best friend, while at Perfected Praise, is her entire class. What makes her laugh is playing with her sister. When she grows up, she would like to be a doctor. Brianna Williams. We present to you tonight the Perfected Praise Child Care Learning Center graduating class of 2022.
Good evening, everyone. We would like to just welcome everyone to the 2022 graduating class night of the Perfected Praise Child Care Learning Center. At this time, we will have the scripture reading by Grayson McConnell.
Matthew 12:16, it said to him, hear thou when Jesus and they will. And Jesus said to him, yeah, you are red, a loud mouth, and very said, you have very praise.
Amen. We ask that everyone stand at this time for the singing. Oh, I'm sorry, y'all. Y'all forgive me. At this time, we will have prayer by Darrett Lemons, Jr.
Please lay head and close eyes. Our Father, which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth. As it is in heaven, give us this day our daily bread. Forgive us our debts. We forgive our debtors. Lead us not to temptation, but deliver us from evil. Thine is the kingdom and power, the glory forever. Amen.
now at this time, we would like for everyone to stand for the singing of our song, Grand Old Flag. At this time, we will have our welcome by Kason Banks.
Good evening.
Good evening.
I welcome you to the Reflective Face 2022 graduation. Sit back and enjoy as we show you what we know.
Amen. That's our future pastor, y'all. At this time, we will have our occasion by Brooklyn Collins.
We are here to appreciate our many achievements throughout the years. We will demonstrate some of the things we have learned to advance from it to grow.
At this time, we will have graduates' presentations from our 2022 graduating class.
My name is Bradley Lamb. dancing. In our preschool class, we have music and movement. Will you please stand and join us in our favorite song, the Super Fun Show? preschool class, we have learned to act is a try. 4 plus 6 equals 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 7 minus 2 equals cross out 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Thank you. 3 plus 5 equals 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 minus 4 equals cross out 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Thank you. My name is Brianna Williams. In our preschool class, we can recognize the birth mistake and spelled on name. This is a square. S-Q-U-A-R-E square. This is has the H-E-X-A-G-O-N. Pentagon. This is a pentagon. P-E-N-T-A-G-O-N. Pentagon. This is a circle. C-U-I-R-C-U-E. Circle. Circle. This is a heart. H-E-A. R-T. R. This is a Christian. C-R-E-N-C-E-N-T. Christian. This is a rectangle. R-E-C-T-A-N-G-L-E. Rectangle. Star.
At this time, we will have the introduction of our speaker for tonight. Our speaker for tonight is our very own, the CEO of the Perfected Praise Child Care and Learning Center, Bishop Roderick Mitchell.
Okay, that's good. That's good. Good evening. I'm grateful and thankful for the blessed privilege of being here with you this evening with the graduating class of the Perfected Praise Child Care and Learning Center, the graduating class of 2022. Let's give them another hand. What an exciting time it is for them at this young age. To our director, Sister Cara Bolden, assistant director, Sister Deborah Davis, and to our faculty and staff of the Perfected Praise Child Care Learning Center, to Lady Helen, and to the family and parents and relatives and friends alike that have come to celebrate with these 8 young people. We are so grateful and thankful for them and the years that they have been with us. Some of them have been with us for 4 or 5 years in that regard, and so how privileged we are to have been given the opportunity to work with them over this 4 or 5 year period. And as they have begun to already say that after they depart from us or leave us, then they're on their way to the big school. And so we're excited about them going to the big school. Yes, yes, yes. And so haven't they done a great job this evening? Yes. Yes. I remember when we were little, Pentagon, we barely didn't know what a circle was. And they talking about pentagon and hexagon and rectangle and all of those different things. But we thank God for the advancement of time and what they're able to spell their names and count and all of that. And one of the things that I thank God for in terms of our staff here at the Perfected Praise Child Care and Learning Center is that, and we've received from many of the schools where the children leave here and they go to Naylor and to Bell and to Hayes Cooper, and we have received from them that once they can tell children that enter their system, they can tell that they have come from the Perfected Praise Child Care because they have not had a child that has come from here to enter into the other systems, and they were not prepared for that time of going to the next level of academic education. And so how grateful I am for our awesome staff that we have here once again, and you'll be introduced to them here in a little bit. But with that having been said, I want to take this time this evening. Now, our child care learning center, it was launched, I believe, in 1998 when we first got started with this, and so we've been in operation now for about 24 years that we've been in our operation. In the 24 years, I've only spoken in terms of graduation. I've only spoken one other time. This is my second time. So I'm still learning how to do this in terms of addressing a body regarding and not standing here behind the pulpit, all right, and sharing the word of God, amen, in this respect. So pray for me that I do good. Yeah, all right. But this evening, in sharing with you, I don't have a scripture, and I had to force myself not to get one. And in that regard, but this is what I want to talk with you about. I was praying, parents. I was praying for Kaysen and Brooklyn and Paisley and Brayley and Darren and Grayson and Trey and Brianna. I was praying for them in terms of this time and what's getting ready to happen what's getting ready to happen in terms of their lives. And this is what came to me about them. I want you to know that they happen to be these 8, and I can't give you all of the details of it, but I know this like I know I'm saved. I know this like my name is Roderick Mitchell. I know this like God called me to preach, and I'm doing what I'm doing based on what I was born to do. What I'm about to say about your children, all right, is I know what I'm about to say, like I know what I just said to you that I do know. And this happens to be, and I don't know these children, you know, I've seen them over the years, but I don't know them in terms of me interacting with them like our staff interacts with them. But this is a special group of children. Not saying that any of the other children that we've had to come through, I'm just saying to you what the Lord spoke to my heart about these 8, okay? The number 8 is a new beginning. That's what it means. It's a new beginning. And there is this new beginning that's about to occur in their lives regarding this 8. And so I have this question that I want to ask you, that he gave to me to ask you about these 8. I got a question, parents, I want to ask you, and as they listen to this, parents, family, friends, all of you that are here, and my question is, can you see me? Can you see me? And I said, what? He says, yeah. Ask them, can you see me? Can you see me? Now, this is where this began. Can you see me? Can you see me? This is where this began. I happen to be a native of Buffalo, New York. I wasn't born in Mississippi. The first 10 years of my life, I lived in Buffalo, New York. Our family did it. But my dad and my mom were originally from Mount Bayou. And so my father relocated us. He wanted to be closer to his parents in their latter years of life. So he moved us from Buffalo, New York to Mount Bayou, Mississippi. I promise you it was a culture shock. It really, really was. Amen. Coming from the city, all right, to live in the rural area. And when we got to Mount Bayou, we didn't live up in town. We lived way out in the country. All right, we had no street lights out there. I was used to pavement, street lights. I didn't know what rock roads were, gravel roads, all right. We didn't live around chickens and cows and pigs. And when we pulled up in the yard, I had never smelt anything like that in my life. And I was like, Mama, where are we? Where am I? Well, she said, this is home. I said, no, this is not home. This is not home. And then when you got out, because, you know, the chickens walk around, you know, they kind of poop on the ground and here, there. So you got to watch where you step. Watch where you step. I mean, it was a complete culture shock. It was a change. And then the next morning, my grandma said, what y'all eat? What do y'all want to eat for breakfast? And we said, we eat cereal. And she said, well, come on, let's go get some milk. Let's go get some milk. Well, I was looking because where we lived in Buffalo, we lived in an apartment building. We lived up on the 8th floor. And like from here to the front door of this building, that's how far the store was. Okay, and the only place that I know where you get milk is from the store. You know, that's where I've grown up. So Grandma said, come on, Roderick, come go with me. We're going to get some milk. And so I'm walking, and I'm looking for the store. And I look, and she opened this big gate, and we start walking through. We passed these pigs, and I'm like, I said, Grandma, I still don't see the store. I don't see the store. And we went in this big raggedy building, and it was a cow in there. And I said, Grandma, where the store? Where the store? She said, well, we're going to get some milk. We'll get some milk. I was totally ignorant of this. And so my grandma had a little stool, and she sat down, and she went to pulling on this cow, and he was like, I said, Grandma, stop. You heard him. You heard him. So the cow was saying, And then this white stuff started coming out the cow. And she got this bucket, and she said, I said, Grandma, what's that? She said, it's milk. And so I walked ahead of her. When I got back to the house, I told my brother and sister, Monica and Johnny, don't y'all drink that. Don't drink that. Don't drink that. She got that from that thing out there. She was hurting. And we used to get milk from the store, you know, and this milk didn't come from the store. But it was, I didn't know. Well, moving from there to that, my grandfather took myself, my sister, we had 2 cousins that came out to our house to play with us. My cousin Michael, my cousin Robert, and then my younger brother Johnny. He says, I'm going to teach you all how to plant a garden. Now remember my question, can you see me? Okay? All right? he says, I'm going to teach you how to plant a garden. So my granddaddy took us out. So I had the hoe that was going to dig. I was to dig the hole. All right, my sister Monica came behind me. She had the seeds in this little bag, and she was dropping seeds in the hole. And when she dropped seeds in the hole, then my brother Johnny and my cousin Robert, they were carrying this bucket and with a pail of water, and they were pouring water in the hole. Then my cousin Michael was on the end, and he was covering up the hole. So we went and we planted all of these seeds. Well, after we got through, Granddaddy said, y'all can go play. You can go play. All right. And so the next day, early in the morning when the rooster crowed, I got up before everybody, and I went outside to that garden that we had planted, parents. I went outside, and when I went outside, I was down on my hands and knees, and I was on going down the road. I was moving the dirt back, and it was quiet that morning, and all of a sudden, in the quietness of the morning, I heard somebody say, "Hey!" I jumped just like that. He scared the life out of me. He said, "Hey," and I jumped, and he said, and I raised up. He said, "Boy!" I say, "Sir?" He said, "What you doing out there?" I say, "I'm checking on the seed." He said, "Come away from out there." So I got up off my hands and knees, and I opened the gate, and I came out the garden. He said, "Come here." He said, "What were you doing out there?" I said, "Granddaddy, I'm checking on the seed that we planted." He said, "Son," he says, "your business is only to put the seed in the hole." He says, "It's God's business to bring out of the seed what's in there." He says, "Now I want you, all right." We had planted some butter beans, and he took a seed. Now these happen to be watermelon seeds. Remember, my question is, can you see me? And he took a seed and he held it up. Now, from where everybody is sitting right now, you can't see this seed. You know, it's very, very small. Okay, all right. And so my granddaddy said, this is a watermelon seed. My granddaddy said he took a butcher knife and he split the seed in half. And he had two halves of the seed, okay? 2 halves of the seed. Now, from where you're sitting, you can't see it. But inside here is some white. It's white on this side and white on this side. And he asked me, he says, "Can you see it?" I said, "Granddad, I don't see anything but white." He said, "Can you see it?" I said, "But Granddad, see what?" There's nothing to see but the white on the inside of the seed. My grandfather asked me one more time, "Son, can you see it?" I said, "Granddaddy, I don't see anything but white." And he says, "Listen, what's in there happens to be we have planted some butter beans and peas and okra." And then I said, "Well, Granddaddy, I don't see it." And this is what he said: "Just because you don't see it, it doesn't mean it's not in there." There's a time in your life where you can't see it. Now, so what I did was, because the question is about your children, and something that your children have said. All right, this is a watermelon seed. This one seed. I did research on it. One seed. This came out of this. But when you try to see it at this stage, you don't see this. But just because you don't see it does not mean it's not in there. Just because you don't see it, it does not mean that it's not in there. Children are the seed of the earth. And when you enrolled them in our child care facility, you started the planting process. And just because right now, this seed, see this little bitty seed? See this little bitty seed? This big thing came out of that little thing. This big thing, this right here, this came out of here. And you wonder, no, that's not right. But how you going to get that big old thing inside that little bitty seed? That's the way it's designed. That your children being seeds, you've begun the planning process. We're excited that we've been included in the process of developing the seed that it can become this. Now, what really, oh, I left my paper down there. Listen. And so, when I began to think about this, when God began to speak to me about this, oh, Bro Russell, come here, son. Bring me that paper that I left right down there right quick. Okay. Yeah, that one right there. Now listen, I'm going to call your name and you just hold up your hand. Kason, okay, good boy. Okay, Brooklyn, okay, Paisley, Brayley, Darrett, Grayson, Trey, Brianna. Now, my man here says, Kason, guess what he said? I want to be a pastor. Now, ho. Here's my question. Can you see it? Can you see it? Here's the seed. Here's the seed right here. The question is, can you see it? Brooklyn says she wants to be a gymnast and a dancer. The question is, can you see it? You can? Good boy. Listen. Paisley said she wants to be a what? A teacher. The question is, can you see it? Can you see it? Okay. Brayley says that she wants to be a chef. She loves to cook. You say, but that's just a little bitty girl. And that was just a little bitty seed that watermelon came out of. The question is, can you see it? All right. Darrett says he wants to be a doctor. A doctor. Okay, let me hold this thought. He wants to be a doctor. The question is, can you see it? Grayson says he wants to be a dentist. Can you? Trey says he wants to be flash, and he wants to be a track star. That's what he wants to be. He wants to be a track star. Okay, we're going to send him to the Olympics. He's going to the Olympics. All right, in Jesus' name. Okay, I'm sorry. Well, listen, he going to the Olympics. All right, and Trey wants to be, and he wants to run all over the world. All over the world. All right, Brianna wants to be a doctor. The question is, can you see it? You can? Good. Now listen. Now these kids can see it. Here was my question. God, where did they get that from? Where did they get that from? And what will happen is this. The question is, he says he wants to be a pastor. Well, here's the question. What are you going to do to help bring that to manifestation? What are you going to do? You say, well, those are just children. They don't know what they're talking about. They just making that up. How do you know they've not been spoken to? Because you know how they have imaginary friends that they play with? Who's to say, and this is what he was saying to me, this is a special group of kids, of children, all right? And these children, I'm telling you that they didn't come up with this on their own. The question is, can you see it? Now, if you can't see it, then where's my first doctor? Darrett. Okay, Darrett wants to be a doctor. It's in the child right now. If you can't see it, you're not going to do, and listen, this isn't negative at all. I promise you it's not. If you don't see it, and if you don't begin to ask our Creator, our Father, if you don't begin to ask, it's in my child. He says he wants to be a doctor. All right, listen. Son, by the time you get to college is going to cost this amount, and it's going to cost that amount. And so, listen, and then this happens to some families. You know what? There are no doctors in our family. Well, why can't Darrett be the first? Why can't he be the first? Can you see it? Can you see it? What are you going to do right now? They're getting ready to leave daycare, and they're going to the big school. All right, but what are you going to, because the seed is already in them. The seed is already in them. It's already in them. All the seed needs to do is to be properly planted. There's no one in our family that's a doctor, nobody in our family that's a dentist, a gymnast, a track star running in the Olympics, all right? But how come they can't be the first? How come they can't be the first? And when you start right now in terms of that development and pointing them in that direction in terms of the seed that's already been planted in them, all right, then it says that I can see it. I can see it, as opposed to just saying, now, this is what happens, and I just recently went through this with a family. What happens to children a lot of times when they begin to voice, Daddy, I want to be a pastor. Well, Daddy, Mama, I want to be a doctor. All right, and that baby, go sit down somewhere. That no. Because what happens to a lot of parents, something that they didn't get a chance to finish or do, they want to live out their future and their dream in their children. And so, when I was in high school, when I went to high school in Mount Bayou, and then I went to college, and then went in the Army, I was semi-athletic. I played football and baseball and scholarships to college and different things like that. Played football. I didn't go. I went into the Army. But anyway, what happened is that after that happened, when Isaac, my son, was born, there were people say, I know that boy gonna play football. I know. Not necessarily so. And then after God called me to preach and I became a pastor, I know that boy gonna preach. Not necessarily so. And I'm not trying to force him to become something that no doubt or possibly he was not birthed to be. I'm not trying to live out my future through my son's life. And so I say this to you. The question is given to me to ask you, can you see it? Right now, sitting up here happens to be 8 seeds. And inside of this seed, this one little seed, is this one watermelon. It's going to take some time for this to become this. But if you can see it, you'll work with it, and you'll work with it to after a while, this begins to grow. And it begins to, and where did it come from? It came from the inside of this. And so what happens is, let's just kind of conclude with this. I want you to help me find something. I want to see if you can see it. It's going to be the same. This is the way it's going to be. Okay, son, let's do this. All right. Okay. Now, everybody look up here. All right, now. I got 3 babies, 3 little children that's up here. Can you see them? Okay. Show me one. Just tell me where one is. Okay. Hold on. Where? Right where? Go up. Come back down. To the right. There's one right there. So you can see it. You can see it, right? Now look at everything that's around it, all right? And if you don't concentrate, see, there are times when things are present before you, but if you don't concentrate and focus, you won't immediately be able to see it. Immediately, you may not be able to see the dentist, the doctor. You may not be able to see the pastor and all that, but concentrate and focus. Come on, okay? Now that's one. Where was it right there? Where was that? Okay, that's one. Where's the other one? To the left. To the left. Right where? Down. Oh, down. Left. Yeah, there you go. All right, that's the second one. Okay, where's my third baby? Go up. Go up and go where? Straight up. Or down. Ain't no baby there. Ain't no baby there. That's just another coffee bean. See? You can't see it. That's what it is. See, you can't. Come on, work with me. I got one more baby up here now. Where? In the middle. There you go. All right. That's our third one. Put the circle, son. Put the circle. There are 3 babies and 3 ladybugs. 3 babies. See them? 1, 2, 3. There you go. And 3 ladybugs. 1, 2, 3. And certainly, listen, your children can be in the midst of a lot that's going on, and the question is, what's in them? Can you see it? Can you see it? Okay, second one, son. I need to move on here. This is a whole family. This is a whole family. Okay? This is the whole family. Now, let me tell you the family. There is a father here, there's a mother here, and there's a daughter. Can you see it? Okay. Show me the father. Huh? Come over. Okay? That's the father's nose. That's his mustache. And that's his eye. That's the top of his head. So you got his head, his eye, his nose, and his mustache. Can you see it? Okay, now let's find the daughter. She's on the left, okay? Those are her bangs, or the front of her hair. That's her forehead. That's her eye. That's her nose, and that's her chin. See the little girl? Now, where's the mama? She's where? She's in the middle, okay? Here's the mama in the middle. That's the mama's eye. That's the mama's mouth. That's the mama's chin. This is a family that's together. They so together you almost can't tell them apart. The question is, can you see it? Just because you can't see it doesn't mean it's not there. Let me conclude with this. Okay, yeah. And this is in color. You may be able to see it a little bit better in color. There's the mustache. Here's the dad, his hair, his head, his nose, his mustache, his mouth. That's the dad. Here's the daughter, her hair. This is her hair right here, her eye, her nose, and her chin. And here is the mama in the middle. That's the mama's nose, that's the mama's eye, that's the mama's mouth, and that's the mama's chin right in here. Okay? All right? Life is just like this. Last thing, you've been so kind to me this evening. Life is just like this. Okay? Can you see it? There are 3 things up here. 3 things. Okay? What's the first thing you see, sweetie? What's the first thing? Yeah, yes, ma'am. I'm sorry. The little girl. Okay? I see the little girl. Okay? I see the little girl. All right? Now, can you come on. You good? Come on. All right? What else do you see? That's exactly right. There's a little boy. See the little boy? There's a little boy that's hiding there. And then what's the main thing that's to be seen? What? The skull. Who said that? Oh, yeah, I thought it was one of them kids. I was saying, oh, my. Okay, yeah. This entire thing is a skull. It's a skull. Listen, her head, her eye, her head is the eye of the skull. This is the skull's teeth, the bottom of her dress. All right? And that's the nose socket right there, in there. And so you have to really look at it to see the skull. All right? You have to really, really look. Now, just because you don't see it doesn't mean it's not there. I just wanted to say to you tonight, ladies and gentlemen, parents, we have begun, along with you, this process of what's in them, bringing it out. What's in them, developing it. And even though we may not fully see it right now, just because we don't see it does not mean that it's in there. I believe I believe in Kaysen, the pastor is there. I believe in Brooklyn, the gymnast and the dancer is there. I believe in Paisley, the teacher is there. I believe in Brayley, the chef is there. I believe in Derek, that the doctor is there. It doesn't matter what it costs to go to med school and all of that. The doctor is there. I believe in Grayson, there is the dentist. I believe in Trey, there is the track star. I believe in Brianna, there is the doctor. The question is, what are we going to do about it? If I can see it, I can work with it, where this becomes that. Thank you very much.
All right, parents, can you see it? Can you see it? Yeah. At this time, we're going to have our diploma presentation. Our diploma presentation will be done by Bishop Roderick and Lady Helen Mitchell. Okay, parents, also, when your child's name is called, you're able to come take pictures when they're presented their diploma. That's if you would like now. All right. All right, you all. Our first 2022 graduate on tonight is going to be Kaysen Banks.
Okay. Hold on, let me move this out the way. Got it? Okay. All right. Congratulations. Go to your seat.
Our second graduate on tonight is going to be Brooklyn Collins.
Got it? Yeah, okay. All right.
And our third graduate on tonight is going to be Paisley Jackson.
There you go. Okay, good girl.
And our fourth graduate on tonight is going to be Brayley Lambert.
Congratulations.
Okay.
And our fifth graduate on tonight is going to be Dariet Lemons Jr.
Got it? All right.
And our sixth graduate on tonight is going to be Grayson McConnell.
Got it? Okay.
And our seventh graduate for tonight is going to be Trey Sellers.
Great.
Congratulations, Trey.
Good. Got it? Okay.
And our final graduate of the 2022 class for tonight is going to be Brianna Williams.
Big girl. There you go. Here, Brianna, hold this. Hold this, baby. Big girl. Hold it both hands. Good girl. There you go. Got it. Okay, you good? All right. Take your seat. There you go.
And at this time, we're going to have a special recognition. At this time, everyone, we would like to present to you the Perfected Praise Child Care and Learning Center class of 2022.
Did she get in on the picture? Did she get in on it? She took a picture of the whole class. Okay, you probably going to take another one after we dismiss.
We also have tonight a special presentation. We want to acknowledge this young lady. She's been with us since birth. We want to award her with a certificate of attendance. Her name is Chrislyn Graham. Come on up, Chrislyn. Come on up, Chrislyn. Isn't she lovely? Yes, Miss Chrislyn won't be with us next year, but she's been with us for a long time, and she's so special. Hello, Chrislyn.
Yeah.
Come on, y'all, give her a hand of praise.
Hold this and let's take a picture.
We're going to miss Chrislyn.
You got it? Good girl. Good girl. All right, come on, let's go this way. You got it? Got it? Okay, all right.
Thank you.
You want to help you down the steps? There you go.
At this time, we would like to do an introduction of our staff here at the Perfected Praise Child Care Learning Center and the New Life Church administration staff. Staff, when you hear your name called, could you please stand? The CEO of the Perfected Praise Child Care Learning Center, Bishop Roderick Mitchell. And also, Lady Helen Mitchell. Our director, Kara Bowden. Our assistant director, Deborah Davis. Bobby Allen. Jacqueline Bowden. Takara Bowden. Hazel Dostry. Carolyn James. Margaret Matthews. Sharon Russell. Lathina Shorter. Sandra Wilson. Takayla Hayes. Shanika Winford. Linda Woods. Pamela Anderson. Chadra Bowding. Cormeria Jackson. Monica Mitchell. Audrey Ratliff, that's me, y'all. Johnny Russell. Albert Stewart. At this time, we will have the benediction by Bishop Roderick Mitchell.
That's it? No, I'm good. Everyone please standing. Thank you once again to all of your parents and family, relatives, friends that have come to celebrate this time of these young people who happen to be the seed of the earth. And we're privileged once again to have been given the opportunity to begin this planting process in their lives. And we believe that just like that watermelon came out of that seed, then that which has already been placed in their hearts with the proper nurturing and development, then they can become, as that watermelon came out of that seed, the doctor and the chef and the dentist and the teacher. All of those careers and areas of life will come out of these 8. Father, we thank you now for all that has transpired and all that has taken place in these graduation exercise, this ceremony this evening. We trust, dear Father, that it has been a blessing to all that have been present. Give all a safe journey to their individual residences as they depart from this place en route, dear God, to the place where they will sleep and rest this night. Give them all sleep and rest, and we thank you even now for the continued excitement regarding education that's in the heart of these children, being the seed of the earth. Your blessings upon them. Now, O God, I ask, the Lord bless you and keep you. The Lord make his face to shine upon you. The Lord be gracious unto you and lift up his countenance upon you and give you peace. I say to all of you, be blessed, go in peace, and be encouraged. The recessional.
All right, remain standing for the recession. All right. Come on, give them a hand down. Brayley Lambert. Paisley Jackson. Brooklyn Collins. Pastor Kason Banks. Come on, Brianna. Brianna Williams. Trey Sellers. Grayson McConnell. Our final graduate, Derek Lemons Jr. The class of Perfected Praise Child Care Learning Center 2022. If everyone will, if all of your parents, they're going to come around the hallway and you can pick them up from the front.
Okay.